Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. It is Friday. It is March the 25th. It's National Lobster Newburg Day today.
I don't know what that is.
I've never had that. Maybe we'll have to give that a whirl today. National Medal of Honor Day today. We salute you. And National Tolkien Reading Day today. So I know there's a lot of Tolkien fans out there. And if you like reading, you might like this guy's new book. We've got James Murray.
Love Murr.
He's from The Impractical Jokers. He's also got other television programs and movies, and he's a comedian, and he does a lot of stuff. And he's a writer. He's got several books out now, and we're going to be chatting with him about his latest installment. We'll be talking about, and this was actually more geared towards like younger audiences, so kind of similar to R.L. Stine's Goosebumps.
Right.
And there's a really nice message on here talking about how R.L. Stine really likes this series. So
That's super cool.
that's really cool. So our friend James Murray from The Impractical Jokers, Mr. James Murray, coming up in a bit.
At bettercreditcards.com, our mission is to help you get a better credit card. Why pay more interest than you need to? We have cards with amazing points and perks. If you're not a point person and just want the lowest interest rate, you can find those too at bettercreditcards.com. You can also find credit cards designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card. Give yourself a little credit at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Apparently, some extremely hot, humid weather could kill a person a lot more easily than previously thought. That's not good as we get close to summer. A Penn State University study, one the first like this that's ever been done like this, found that when humidity is at its absolute max, the upper limit of human adaptability is 31 degrees Celsius, which is 87 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
That's actually less than they thought before. Now, for older people, that threshold is even lower. Now, when you compare that to a hot, dry climate, it's a whole different thing because at 100% humidity, sweat cannot dissipate as easily to cool your body.
Okay.
So they're saying in a dry environment, it could be up to 50 degrees Celsius, which is 122 degrees Fahrenheit. But it's a dry heat. It's a completely humid environment, actually makes everything lower. The temperature at 87 degrees Fahrenheit, 31 degrees Celsius, that is the level where at that temperature you could start going into heat stroke. So good to know. I've got all the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
It's Bernie Carrick, former New York City Police Commissioner. If you own a gun, you need to check out StopBoxUSA.com, the safest solution to keep a firearm in your home and get instant, reliable access to that gun. It's an awesome weapon retention product, especially if you have little kids at home or frequent visitors. Get access to your gun in under a second. StopBox is the safest solution to keep a firearm in your home.
Use discount code RADIO to save 10% at StopBoxUSA.com.
You need to check out StopBoxUSA.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know remember those Freedom Fries back in the day? Instead of French fries, we were doing Freedom Fries.
Okay.
Now, Canadian Diner has temporarily renamed a dish instead of poutine because it sounds too much like Putin.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, a French specialty, French fries, cheese curds topped with brown gravy.
Uh-huh.
They say poutine sounds too much like Putin. So now they've changed it at this restaurant in Quebec. They're going to call, instead of poutine, they've changed it to La Frite Fromage Sauce.
Uh-huh.
The fried cheese gravy is what that's. So, okay, there you go.
Whatever.
So instead of, and I've got another Putin story, I believe, today as well. That's just bizarre. Instead of poutine, now it's just the fried cheese gravy. That's what they're calling it.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with it, by the way. It has nothing.
It has nothing
doesn't
to
even
do
really
with
sound
it.
like it to me. We don't know everything, but now we know this. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Storage Wars' Rene Nezota scored big on his latest find, unearthing tons of memorabilia that belonged to an Olympic legend, Florence
wow.
Griffith Joyner. So they bought the locker 8 years ago near San Diego. Several $1,000s to get the stuff. Anyway, it's going up on auction and making big bucks. So over here, conquering the beach, Pamela Anderson, remember she was on Baywatch?
Yeah.
She's now going to try to dominate Broadway. She'll portray Roxy Hart on Broadway.
Really?
All right. Over here, the Walking Dead universe is getting a little bit bigger. Several people from The Walking Dead are going to be in a spinoff, and it's called Isle of the Dead. And I've got some details on that in the show notes as well. And then the new host of Jeopardy has a bunch of fans upset because she referred to this beginning round as single Jeopardy. And she said she's not going to say that anymore because it really upset people. They do say that Alex Trebek actually said the term a few times, and everybody was okay with it when he said it, but they don't like it when she says it. There's been a lot of stuff going on at Jeopardy. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
The Vegas Travel Center is offering 3 days and 2 nights accommodations to Vegas. They'll completely waive the package price. Plus, you get tickets to your choice of activities as well as meals. Jump on this now. Obviously, a deal like this isn't going to last. When they're gone, they're gone. So don't miss out. Just call 605-210-5220 and they'll get you set up for a great getaway. Call now for this special radio offer. 605-210-5220. That's 605-210-5220.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Dog Patrol. Of course, your beloved pup's ears perk up when they hear you speak, but do they really recognize your voice? According to fascinating new research
they do.
out of Hungary, the answer is yes. They say that they do understand your voice, and they know your voice compared to strangers' voices. And they were able to prove this over 82% of the time, by the way.
Yep.
My dog knows my voice. She just doesn't like me. And research has concluded using dogs or cats in ads makes people more likely to buy a product. University of South Carolina study looked at consumers' decision-making skills. When they viewed an ad, they found people were more likely to take risks on volatile stock options and bet more money when the ads featured a dog or a cat as the spokesperson.
What?
Yeah.
For stock?
Yeah, so like,
Wow.
oh, I don't know about that stock, but this little cat's cute, so take my money. And a Nova Scotia couple whose bulldog gave birth to a litter of 8 puppies says they were shocked when the last one was born green. Yeah.
Oh, I saw this online.
Just in time for St. Patrick's Day. It was a little bit before St. Patrick's Day, actually. Trevor and Audra say they started to dry the 8th puppy off and immediately noticed the fur was green-colored. Google search found a rare discoloration believed to be caused by light-colored puppies coming into contact with green pigment from bile in the womb. Anyway, they decided to go with it. They named that dog. There's others in here. Lucky, Wasabi, Fiona. And how about this one? Pistachio.
Aww.
It's cute. All right. That is your scoop of the day. Comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Aloha! Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? GMDVacations.com is a family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Kauai, Hawaii. Your family will absolutely love the area, and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can have your own area at a vacation rental from GMDVacations.com? Visit Hawaii with us and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. On Facebook and Instagram, online at gmdvacations.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday. Our guest today, friend of the program, had him on numerous times, James S. Murray. You might know him as Murr from the Impractical Jokers. Murr, how are you, man?
Hey, how are you, buddy? It's good to talk to you again.
Doing awesome. Excited to chat about your new book, Area 51 Interns Alien Summer. Tell us a little bit about this new book.
It is my first kids book series. So, I've written, obviously everybody knows Impractical Jokers, and I've written a lot of fiction, like adult kind of scary thrillers. But this is my first kids book. It's a middle grade book series. There are 3 books in it. The first one, you can get it now. It's about a group of kids at summer going into their freshman year of high school, and their parents just so happen to work at Area 51. And it's Take Your Kids to Work Day. The kids go along with their parents. All hell breaks loose. All the adults get captured in Area 51. It's up to the kids on their first day of the summer to save the day in Area 51. And then at the end of the book, they get offered an internship for the summer, and they save the day all summer long. It's hysterically funny, action-packed, exciting read for kids and adults alike. And by the way, if anyone wants an autographed copy of the book, area51novel.com. and you can see the virtual book launch there, and you can get an autographed copy that I'll send back to you.
So, Murr, I got to ask, is this based on a true story?
No, I wish. Dude, I was obsessed with, like, Area 51 growing up. I still am, you know? It's, the cool thing about Area 51 is everyone knows it, but no one really knows it, right? And what if it was much more fantastic than you ever realized? What if everything you've heard was true, but so much more, right? So the first book is about aliens, of course. The second book is about mythical creatures. The third book is about time travel. Like, they do everything at Area 51. It's super incredible.
Something I think is really cool, some of the early praise for your book comes from a gentleman by the name of R.L. Stine. He's the creator of the Goosebumps series, a very, very talented guy, and he loves your book. That's got to feel really good.
I know. It's like, honestly, it's like a dream come true, because I grew up reading Goosebumps all the time. You know what I mean? It was like my favorite books ever. And like the fact that, I call him a friend now, and he loves the books, and he's, it is so cool to me,
Absolutely. Now, this is a new series. How many books are there in the series, and what are the plans for the series?
It's 3 to start. The first one obviously comes out. The next one comes out in October, and the book number 3 comes out next March. And then the idea being that many more to come. Like every few months, another one would come out, and we're working on developing it as a live-action kids series for TV now, too.
So this is the first book for kids, but you are not brand new at writing. You've got a couple of other books out as well. Are there 2 other books, or do you have more than 2 books now?
I've got 5 others out.
I'm sorry. Hey, I didn't know about all those. So tell me about the other books that you have out as well, Murr.
I crank out a new book every 4 weeks, apparently. The first one I wrote 17 years ago, and I couldn't get anybody to read it. It's called Awakened. And that one, I had to get famous on TV to get it published, and when it came out, it hit number 1 on the UK Sunday Times. It hit bestseller lists all over the country, and it led to the Awakened trilogy, which is a sci-fi thriller series. After that, I had Don't Move, which is a horror set in the woods of West Virginia, about a church group that wanders into the wrong woods. That was called Don't Move. Came out about a year ago. 6 months ago, The Stowaway came out. That is a serial killer thriller. It's really exciting. It's in the same vein as like Silence of the Lambs. It's about a serial killer on a cruise ship and the only woman who can stop him before he kills again. And now we have, of course, the 3 Interns books. And at the end of next year, I got another serial killer thriller coming out called You Better Watch Out.
Now, in my defense, we talked about Don't Move and we talked about The Stowaway. Those are the only 2 we've had you on the program for. Before that, apparently you were just snubbing us.
No, dude, you can't. I told you time and time again, you can't take this personally. Please. Like, sometimes it doesn't work out the schedule. But America knows that you're my best friend. So why do we have to, I still love you, buddy.
Oh, of course. We know that. And we love you as well. If you see R.L. Stine, tell him we said hello. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us about this book.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Autographed copy, area51novel.com. I'll send it your way from my house.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Murr. Have a great day. We'll chat again soon.
You too, guys. Take care.
Again, our guest today has been James S. Murray. Again, a lot of folks know him as Murr from the Impractical Jokers. He's got a new book out. It's called Area 51 Interns Alien Summer. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
At bettercreditcards.com, our mission is to help you get a better credit card. Why pay more interest than you need to? We have cards with amazing points and perks. If you're not a point person and just want the lowest interest rate, you can find those too at bettercreditcards.com. You can also find credit cards designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card. Give yourself a little credit at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Vladimir Putin, president of Russia, tried to sue Harry Potter filmmakers because he thought the bald, floppy-eared, pointy-nosed, bug-eyed character Dobby was based on him. Not kidding at all. He tried to sue them at one point.
Seriously?
Yeah. I've got a link to pictures that show him side by side, by the way. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Studies show that developing a large vocabulary might protect you against depression by allowing you to precisely label and confront the subtle emotion.
I see.
Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The odds of getting a hole-in-one in golf are estimated about 18,000 to 1. Your
My dad has had 5.
Yeah, he's beat the odds numerous times.
Yep.
But think about how many times. There's probably been way more than 18,000 times.
Most likely that he's even
hit.
been out there.
He golfs a lot. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Ninjas don't wear black. Traditional ninjas know the importance of blending in, so they usually disguise themselves as civilians. So I might be a ninja. And our final fun fact for you,
What's
Heidi.
that, John?
A 2010 study found that people fluent in multiple languages almost always swear in their native tongue. Oh, interesting. A lot of interesting things. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
It's Bernie Carrick, former New York City Police Commissioner. If you own a gun, you need to check out StopBoxUSA.com, the safest solution to keep a firearm in your home and get instant, reliable access to that gun. It's an awesome weapon retention product, especially if you have little kids at home or frequent visitors. Get access to your gun in under a second. StopBox is the safest solution to keep a firearm in your home.
Use discount code RADIO to save 10% at StopBoxUSA.com.
You need to check out StopBoxUSA.com.
Now your question of the day comes your way courtesy of RadioTravelGroup.com. Here's your question for today. We'll see if Heidi can guess this. And then also I want to remind people we put this in the show notes as well. So if you ever miss the question, we post the question on social media but not the answer. So if you ever miss it and you don't get it here, you can find it in the show notes. Here we go. Question. 1 in 9 people say they have seen a physical fight break out over this. What is it? 1 in 9 people say they've seen a physical fight break out over this. You are one of these people, by the way. You've seen this happen. Oh, yeah. You've seen it happen. You've seen a fight break out over this.
Sales at a store.
No. No, a board game. Yeah. Physical fight over Monopoly.
Okay.
Taking this board and going home. Yeah, that's quite odd. 1 in 9 people have seen a physical fight break out over a board game. It's the question of the day. Comes your way, courtesy of RadioTravelGroup.com.
The Vegas Travel Center is offering 3 days and 2 nights accommodations to Vegas. They'll completely waive the package price. Plus, you get tickets to your choice of activities as well as meals. Jump on this now. Obviously, a deal like this isn't going to last. When they're gone, they're gone. So don't miss out. Just call 605-210-5220 and they'll get you set up for a great getaway. Call now for this special radio offer. 605-210-5220. That's 605-210-5220.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Flawed design and poor communication, including an operator's decision to flip a switch clearly marked "Do Not Operate." Those were the main causes of an island-wide power outage in Taiwan last week. According to government investigation, a failure at a coal-fired power plant led to blackouts across multiple regions, including the capital. In the hours before the power plant failure was confirmed as the main reason for the disruption, a speculation swirled online that an island grid had been targeted by a cyber attack. Other people had other things online that they were thinking, this is what happened, and that's what happened. Well, no, here's what happened. Maintenance team had done some work. They warned operators not to route electricity through this equipment. The next day, despite a giant yellow and red warning notice attached to a control panel, a staff member pulled the switch, and then everything blown up. They had to start over. So, yeah, do not operate. It said right on there. And they're like, what if this does? That's some weird news. Brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Heidi, I have here a list of the worst frozen foods for your health, according to experts. Not me, according to experts, right?
Okay.
Packaged frozen dinners. They say a lot of it is the salt.
Yeah, a lot of sodium.
Too much salt is what they're saying on there. Next thing, pizza rolls. So they're going, there's a lot of additives, many calories, and excess fat and sodium. Frozen pizzas. Yeah, apparently frozen pizza can be just as bad as the pizza rolls, because they're saying if they had the fresh veggies and fresh stuff, that would actually be better for you. But no, the stuff they're using, not so much. My least favorite on the list, pot pies. I love pot pies.
I know. I figured that was going to be way up there, yeah.
Also, apparently, corn dogs are not good for you. French fries are not good for you. Calzones.
Pretty much anything.
Sweet and sour chicken, pastries,
easy and
baked
delicious.
goods. Again, it's the list of the worst frozen foods for your health, according to experts. This is not according to me. Don't hate me. Don't hate the player. Just hate the game. Is that what they say?
Wow.
Something like that.
Okay.
I've got the list. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Aloha! Are you ready to enjoy a little slice of paradise? GMDvacations.com is a family-owned, professionally managed vacation rental in sunny Kauai, Hawaii. Your family will absolutely love the area, and the vacation rental has room for up to 6 guests. Why stay in hotel rooms when you can have your own area at a vacation rental from GMDvacations.com? Visit Hawaii with us and make your trip to this tropical paradise one to remember. On Facebook and Instagram, online at GMDvacations.com.
Now your quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Absolutely love his quotes. Mark Twain. There's so many witty, fun.
Yeah.
He was so witty. So witty. Sam Clemens is his real name. Mark Twain is his pen name. And here's his quote for today. Never put off till tomorrow what you can do the day after tomorrow just as well. Isn't that just the greatest?
That's clever.
Oh, I haven't cleaned my garage for 3 years for that very reason. Why do it tomorrow? I could do it the day after tomorrow, or I could just continue to not do it. That's probably what I'm going to do. All right, that is the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. Take a listen to this story here. Gas station lowers price to $2.25 to give the community a break at the pump.
Wow.
Isn't this cool? A North Carolina gas station sold gas for $2.25 a gallon until they ran out. The price of gas is still at or near record highs in many places, and their gas prices were going up and up and up and up, and the drivers in Burnsville were able to get in on a pretty special deal last week. The cheap gas was available from just before noon until about 5 p.m. when they ran out. Gas station owners said they wanted to help people during the difficult time, so they took a loss and they dropped their prices. The station says they expect another delivery, and they plan to do something like this again in the future. I think that's really neat.
That's huge.
It reminds me of something from when I was a kid. I grew up in Huron, South Dakota, and there was a Kerr-McGee gas station.
I remember those.
And this particular gas station, this is back when, it's going to be hard for some people to believe this, but gas station signs and gas pumps only had 2 digits. 99 cents was the highest they could go. So it was time for them to upgrade to new pumps so they could make it, because like gas went over $1 and they could only do 99 cents. And the guy decided, you know what? I'm going to retire. I'm done. So when everybody else is like $1.25 and $1.50, guess he opened his gas station back up and sold the rest of his gas at 99 cents a gallon. Yeah. I remember police had to direct traffic. So Fred Hughes was the guy's name. I'll never forget that. It was really a neat thing. It was really neat.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So again, can you even imagine 99-cent gas nowadays?
Oh no,
you don't see that. All right, but this is a neat story. I've got a link to it. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.